The ballroom fell silent so suddenly that even the clinking glasses seemed to disappear into the air. Hundreds of people dressed in elegant suits and sparkling gowns turned toward the stage as the CEO of one of the largest technology companies in the United States smiled at the crowd. I had only meant to lighten the mood after volunteering to help serve drinks at the charity gala. With a grin, I jokingly asked, "Who's the lucky man tonight?" expecting laughter and another announcement about a fundraising winner. Instead, the CEO slowly looked straight at me. His expression wasn't amused. It was warm, deliberate, and filled with certainty. Then he quietly answered, "You are." In that single moment, every insecurity I had carried for years crashed into confusion, and I had no idea that my life was about to change forever. Before we continue, if you believe kindness still changes lives, if you believe hope can appear when everything feels lost, and if stories about compassion, forgiveness, and second chances deserve to be shared, please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share it with someone who needs encouragement today, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from. Your support helps these stories reach hearts that may need them the most. My name is Nathan, and I lived in Columbus, Ohio, where life had become a constant balancing act between survival and dignity. After my father passed away from a sudden illness, I left college to help my mother keep our small apartment. During the day I worked at a neighborhood hardware store, and on weekends I accepted catering jobs whenever they were available. My dreams of becoming an engineer had quietly slipped into the background as overdue bills became my daily reality. Still, my mother never allowed bitterness to grow inside our home. Every evening she reminded me that character was worth more than comfort, and that the world often noticed quiet goodness long before people realized it. The charity gala where everything changed wasn't a place where someone like me expected to belong. Wealthy executives, community leaders, and business owners filled the grand hotel overlooking the river. Crystal chandeliers reflected across polished marble floors while musicians played softly in the background. My responsibility was simple: refill glasses, carry trays, and remain invisible. Yet throughout the evening I found myself helping wherever I could. I comforted an elderly guest who had become separated from her family, repaired a broken wheelchair footrest with tools borrowed from the maintenance room, and even cleaned up a spilled dessert before anyone noticed. None of it seemed extraordinary to me. It was simply what my mother had always taught me to do. Unknown to me, the CEO, Christopher, had been quietly observing the entire evening. Unlike many executives who remained surrounded by assistants, he often wandered through the crowd unnoticed, watching how people treated those who could offer nothing in return. He later admitted that expensive speeches impressed him far less than unnoticed acts of kindness. While others competed for attention, I had spent the night trying to make strangers feel comfortable without expecting thanks. When Christopher announced that I was the lucky man, confusion swept across the ballroom. I certainly hadn't won the luxury vacation being auctioned, and I wasn't part of any business competition. Instead, he invited me onto the stage and revealed that his company had spent months searching for recipients of a new leadership fellowship. Academic achievements mattered, but character mattered more. Employees, volunteers, teachers, and ordinary citizens had quietly nominated people whose actions reflected integrity, humility, and compassion. An event coordinator had noticed my volunteer work years earlier after seeing me organize free home repairs for elderly neighbors on weekends. Without ever knowing it, my name had entered a process that eventually reached Christopher's desk. Standing beneath the bright lights, I felt completely unworthy. My worn shoes suddenly seemed impossible to hide, and my hands still carried tiny scratches from unloading heavy equipment earlier that afternoon. Christopher explained that the fellowship included a full university scholarship, paid living expenses, personal mentorship, and a guaranteed engineering position upon graduation if I completed the program successfully. The audience applauded, but I could barely hear them through the tears filling my eyes. All I could think about was my mother sitting alone at home believing I was simply working another ordinary catering shift. The following months tested me more than I expected. Returning to school after years away felt overwhelming. Many classmates were younger, more confident, and technologically ahead of me. There were nights when exhaustion convinced me I had accepted something far beyond my ability. Whenever doubt returned, Christopher reminded me that opportunity opens doors, but perseverance walks through them. My mother framed my first student identification card and placed it beside my father's photograph, telling me that dreams delayed are not dreams denied. 4 years later, I crossed the graduation stage with honors while my mother and Christopher stood together in the audience applauding louder than anyone else. My first engineering project focused on designing affordable energy systems for low-income neighborhoods, allowing families like mine to reduce monthly utility costs. Success finally meant more than financial security. It became a chance to create opportunities for others who simply needed someone to believe in them. If this story has touched your heart, please support the video by liking it, sharing it with someone who needs hope today, and subscribing for more inspiring stories that remind us kindness is never wasted. Before we reach the end, I'd love to hear from you. Leave a comment below and tell us about a moment when one unexpected act of kindness changed your life, or when you became that unexpected blessing for someone else. Looking back, I realized I had asked the wrong question that unforgettable night. I wanted to know who the lucky man was, believing luck belonged to people with wealth, influence, or perfect timing. The truth was far simpler. Real fortune arrived disguised as compassion, hidden inside ordinary choices repeated day after day without expecting recognition. Sometimes the greatest opportunities don't appear because someone notices our talent. They appear because someone quietly witnesses our character. And in a world that often celebrates success first, kindness still has the remarkable power to change someone's entire future.